Despite featuring in Attack of the Clones in 2002, it wouldn't be until the Clone Wars movie came out in 2008 that the Phase 1 clone pilot would get its first LEGO minifig. And all things considered, this is a pretty solid representation. You get the air tanks on the torso, you get the nice yellow printing on the helmet with those very clean looking Republic emblems. It looks great, especially for its day. The only bad thing about this figure is really that the helmet is just, it's not right. It should not have the fin. It should be smoothed down, should be a bit of a different shape. And I honestly don't think that that was Lego just not wanting to. I think it was more, there were so many new molds made for the Clone Wars. I mean, this helmet mold was new at the time. There were so many new hair pieces for Anakin, Obi-Wan, Ahsoka, the characters like that, that they probably looked at the clone pilot, said, this is close enough, and just went with it. Then in 2013, we would finally get our first ever clone pilot based on Attack of the Clones. And this guy came out in that 2013 Republic Gunship set, so a pretty sought-after set with a pretty rare minifigure, all things considered these days. And you can see it basically uses the same just general design of 2008, just with the live-action style instead. But it is just the plain clone trooper with the pilot markings printed on top. So you got the air tanks, you got the yellow, you got the Republic emblems, and you got the inaccurate helmets, which honestly was probably just done for consistency, since that's what they did with the Clone Wars pilot. So that's what they did with a live-action pilot. Then in 2015, we got this guy. And this guy is genuinely the same as the 2013 clone. The only difference is that the 2015 one has leg printing. And they gave this one leg printing because in 2014, they gave all of the Phase 2 clones this exact leg print. So they started playing catch-up with the Phase 1s, but they only ever released it with the pilot, with the lieutenant, and then with the regs in 2018. So that kind of leaves this clone in kind of like a no man's land kind of space, because it's basically a 2013 clone, but if you put it next to a clone actually from 2013, it doesn't quite line up because this one has leg printing and the rest don't. So I don't really understand the point, but I guess technically it's better, even if I kind of prefer that one. Then in 2025, we finally got a clone pilot with an accurate helmet mold for that Phase 1 clone pilot design. And don't mind the little smudge on the cheek here. It is just a bit of a misprint. I've requested a replacement, just hasn't arrived yet. But the mold overall is just so much more accurate than what they were using before, since it doesn't have the fin on the top. It has the funky shaping in the back. It has all these cool molded details on the sides. And they still nailed the printing with the Republic emblems with that yellow on top, and then obviously the oxygen tank thing on the front. Still would be cool if they figured out a way to get the tubes actually connecting, but I don't think there's a reasonable way to do that in minifigure form. So this is still a cool way to do it. And honestly, this is just a great looking clone pilot. I am so happy that they finally did this. I'm so happy that it came out with the first V-19 in forever. And just, it looks really cool. So putting all four versions together, there's really not much to directly compare, since it's basically just a look at the three different eras of LEGO Clone Trooper that they've made a Phase 1 pilot for, since obviously it didn't happen back with the original Clone Troopers. But the 2008, the Clone Wars version, is basically the same design as the 2013-2015 Episode 2 version, just with the different styles of printing to match the animated versus the movie. And then 2025, you get the 2020 style of torso and leg print, but then they finally have the new helmet mold, which really makes this one stand out compared to the other minifigs. In terms of what's the best of the bunch or what's my favorite, I think the new one is clearly the most accurate, which I guess makes it the best one. But as for which one's my favorite, it's not this one, because I don't like leg printing on Phase 1 clones, because I have too much nostalgia for 2013. Speaking of nostalgia, I have a lot of nostalgia for 2008 as well, so I really like these clones. And then I really like this one because it's finally an accurate helmet design. So I really don't know between the three of these, I gotta be honest with you. I think all I can confidently say is that it's not this one. If you really made me choose, I'd honestly probably say 2013 as my favorite, followed by 2008, then the new one, and then 2015. But again, that really more just comes down to nostalgia for these two figures than anything wrong with either of these two. So I honestly think any preference here is totally valid. These are all excellent Clone Pilot minifigures. one's just a bit more accurate than the others. So I think that is about it for the Clone Pilot minifigs. This is all 4 Phase 1 Clone Pilot minifigs that LEGO has made to date. So I hope you guys enjoyed just taking a look back at all of these, comparing them a little bit, hearing some of my own meandering opinions. And you can feel free to share your opinions on these figures in the comment section down below. I'd love to know which one is your favorite. And if you guys enjoyed this video, a like is very much appreciated, and do consider subscribing to the channel if you want to see more from me. And thank you guys very much for watching. Bye.